Now you are the enemy of six one.
Mr. Lawal Sodiq, can you please mute your mic? Okay.
Please, everybody, off your mic. Off your mic so we can go on.
Okay, I think we can go on now. So I was on preparing for the job interview. Preparing for the job interview, you need to actually know how things are being done here. Because I always tell people that I always prepare for interviews. I always tell them that see, it's not about knowing everything that is being done in Nigeria. You have, because Nigeria is a country on its own. This place is a different place on its own. There are different protocols here. There are different ways things are being done here. So one thing is first understanding the trust you are going to, knowing about the trust you are going to, getting information about the trust. Let's say maybe somebody else has done the interview. You can meet the person and ask the person, oh, how is it? Then going back to understand that, oh, this trust, how did they operate? What is it about? You need to know that. Then another thing again is that you need to actually know the terminologies that are being used here. You need to know terminologies that are being used here and know how to apply. Because I always tell people that, oh, if you're going to prepare for an interview, don't just rely on, oh, they said this to ask this question in this trust. Because if you do that, what if the script is flipped? How will you play yourself out? But if you go about it by properly understanding the concepts, like knowing the terminologies, knowing the setup here, like knowing everything, whenever a question is being thrown at you, you would know how to bring different ideas together to come up with an answer. So, but preparing for the interview is actually is very vague, because you don't really have a pinpoint answer to people prepare differently, just like preparing for an examination. But they are like key concepts. There's like a normal trend that you must follow. Like, okay, I need to do this, do that, to make sure that at least I will get this expected result. Okay, so that's that. Because of our time, I think we have just 8 more minutes for this session before moving to the question and answer part. Okay, so yeah, the next question is band. I'm sure everybody knows what, everybody have heard about bands and everything. For a qualified diagnostic radiographer here, you start at the band 5. That is plain X-ray. So plain X-ray is just you doing your normal X-rays you do, just coupled with like fluoroscopy, mobile X-rays, going to the theater and all that. Then a band 6, you do CT MRI. Some band 6 here are called advanced practitioners. They go into the lab, they do cath lab and all that stuff. Moving on, a band 7, ultrasound, band 8 and likes are like managerial roles. Although a band 7 can also be managerial role. It can be a deputy line manager, or it can be a manager that is a band 7 and all that. But most commonly, people always enter through a band 5. Because to me, I feel like if you have like 20 radiographers lined up to apply for a job, if 15 are going to go through, they'll probably go through on a band 5. If those same 20 apply for like maybe a band 6 job, I would say like maybe 2 or 3 who might go to be band 6 from Nigeria. Because one thing I've noticed that the practice, they feel like, oh, the way you like do CT in Nigeria is very different from the way CT is being done. But X-ray is a general thing. Before you can even say you want to start doing CT, you must have done X-ray. So X-ray is like a common ground for everybody to come on. It's easy. You come in as a band 5, work your way up to a band 6. If you're lucky enough, you can come in as a band 6 straight up, get trained and proceed with your job. Like I said, it's subjective, but that is just the band system here. Band 5 being X-ray, band 6 being CT MRI, or advanced practitioners, you can go into the cath lab and be band 6. Band 7, ultrasound, or you can be a manager. Then band 8 is a managerial roles, which I thought. Yeah, one thing again is how much I need to budget. Well, how much you need to budget is, okay, you getting your documents, your passport and all that, we'll skip all that part because those ones are like things that you can do. But when you are done with sending your documents over to the UK with your courier service of choice, you can either use NIPOST or DHL, but I strongly advise you use DHL. After doing that, you are meant to pay scrutiny fee of £495. So that depends on the exchange rate at the time. Then after a few months of checks, they will ask you to pay for your license, which is £180. So the license covers 2 years. But the thing about it is that it's not a lump sum. You don't pay everything at once. There is a time frame for it. So you have £495 and £180 to pay for your to get on the register. So the price now will depend on the exchange rates at the time you're about to either embark on the registration process. So that's that. So on my part, I think I'm through on my part. I'll hand over back to my colleague for her to carry on. Then I think there are some questions already coming in. We would address them. I'll take my time to address them one by one, okay? But let's just quickly finish up with the topic, with the points we have here. So I'll hand over back to Labake to carry on.
Thank you, Kesini, for the wonderful things you've said so far. I quite agree with a lot of things you said. Moving on, I have one question that says, what can I include in a personal statement? A personal statement simply is your SI, your supporting information. It's basically what your recruiter sees in every of your application. And you need it to be top-notch always. You don't just do copy and paste. A lot of us did that while in Nigeria. We just see one support information somewhere, we just copy it and paste, not knowing that all of these recruiters, yeah, they know all the formats, they know we all copy and paste in Nigeria. They will just be looking at it and be laughing and be like, okay, another one, copy and paste, it's done there. So you need to be unique with your supporting information. You need to be as unique as you can be in your supporting information. Most trusts have trust values that are unique to them. You need to read through, filter it out, know what's best for you, and use it in your supporting information. Also, you need to be able to tell them how you apply those trust values in your everyday life, in your practice in Nigeria. Include also your core competencies. You can also include your evidence of your CPDs. Just say you have some CPDs that you attended, these, that, your strengths, your weaknesses. Just sell yourself. It's a way of selling yourself to the recruiter. You have to be unique. What I've experienced over as a radiographer is different to what every other person has experienced. So you cannot just do copy and paste and send it. You will never be shortlisted. That's a fact. You need to always filter it. I'm not saying you shouldn't get support information from somebody. I did that also. I got from different people. I read through and knew what it was all about. Then I sat down and formed my own. Moving on to the next question. How can one apply for jobs? There are a number of different ways you can apply for jobs from Nigeria. The most important ones are NHS jobs and track jobs. If you go on Google, just type in NHS jobs, track jobs. You need to register with your email address and the password. There are different jobs there, different locations in the UK, different bands, different subspecialties. So whichever you deem fit, you apply on them. And then on LinkedIn, we have some recruiters there that chat with prospective applicants. So you can tap into LinkedIn, Facebook. Most of these trusts, they advertise their vacancies on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. So anyone you're looking to look for, just look for the hospital name on those social media. Every information you need is going to be there. Although still, Track and NHS Job is the number one recruitment site where they put their applications. So the next one is about IELTS. As a radiographer, you do not need IELTS at all. IELTS is not needed at all. The only thing you need to prove for your English is the letter from your university, wherever you study your radiography from. They can give you proof of English saying that you were taught in English, and that's it. You do not need to do IELTS at all. There's one